Describe this interview in 3 words.
Oh, okay. Let's go deep.
Ooh.
What did we talk about? I kind of blacked out.
I
I black out most interviews, which is kind of like the last thing a media trainer tells you to do. They're like, don't black out. And I'm like, every time I just talk.
I did it.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go deep, blacked out. Yeah.
Perfect. Done. Kia ora, I'm here with the amazing Ruel, and welcome back to Aotearoa.
Kia ora, thank you for having me.
You have been in New Zealand quite a lot recently.
I have, yeah. I've been coming back quite a bit.
What is it about New Zealand that, brings you here or that you like?
I feel a sense of home here. I've never lived in Auckland. I have a lot of family in the South Island, but generally here just feels, very easy to be around. I feel like the people, obviously I'm here most of the time for press, doing interviews, radio stuff, or like little pop-ups every now and then touring in general. But for the most part, it's just like, it's a pretty consistent, good, easy, chill time.
Yeah.
Even if I've got a packed schedule, it all kind of goes by really quick because everyone's so lovely, and I don't know, the humour I can really get behind, which keeps me coming back.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, New Zealanders definitely love your music. Don't Say That has been going amazingly. And that was produced with Joe Little, a Kiwi of our own. Yeah, how did that go?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, he's one of the best, he's one of the best in the business. So, yeah, working with him was obviously a dream. He's so easy to collaborate with. And we wrote a bunch of songs, but that one, really stuck out. I wanted that to be the lead single of the next album. But, saw him last night. He's a lovely guy. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, and the next album, Kicking My Feet and Screaming, June 12th.
Yes.
So exciting.
Yeah.
How are you feeling coming up to that release?
I'm really excited. Obviously, it's been a long time in the chamber, these songs. It's been like 2 years I've been sitting on them almost now. So
wow.
Yeah, it's mainly just kind of relief to get them out a little bit, but at the same time it's like to play them live, I think, is the main thing I'm excited for.
Yeah.
It's just like when they have context with the fans have heard them, and I can go back on tour and play all these new songs that I don't even know what they sound like live. Like, it always is different. It never really sounds the same as the record, no matter how hard you try.
Yeah.
But sometimes they can get new life and have new meaning and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool. Playing them live, you've got a tour on the other side of the world later this year.
Yeah.
Any plans to come here and play them live?
I mean, there's for sure. We're in the midst of making plans.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, that is the plan, is to come over here and do Australia, New Zealand, hopefully by the end of the year.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Cool. Okay, nice. There's a lot of songs on this album. It's actually really cool to see the upcoming album. 2021, is that right?
There's 10 songs coming out on this album, June 12th, but then 10 songs came out in October. So it's kind of 2 albums,
right? Yeah,
smushed into one big family at the end of the day. It's a sequel, So it's definitely. I mean, in my head, it is not that many songs at all. I wrote so many songs from 2024 to end of 2025, like around 200 that were written, and then I picked 20 to put out. So it was kind of like 1 in every 10 was a decent one.
Wow.
I'm definitely a quantity over quality kind of guy when it comes to my writing. But I think the ones that I work on, I become a little bit of a perfectionist, and those are the ones that there's months and months and months of time spent on each song. After I've picked it. So for this next one, 10 new songs, 10 kind of slightly different vibe, but all kind of in the same world sonically.
Yeah, nice. I would argue it's both quality and quantity,
to
be fair. I definitely think it's just the one side of that, for sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's kind of, compared to maybe some of your previous work, it feels like a little bit looser in a good way. Like, how has kind of this era of Ruel been compared to previous?
No, I get what you mean, but I feel like, past records, I've either had a pretty set concept, before going into it, of just, one thing, or there was one thing that I was heavily inspired by that I kind of wanted every song to sound like. Yeah. And I think for this record, I try to just take off those sort of shackles a bit and step outside of one box and just take all the things that I love about the music that I listen to, but only kind of work on and make songs that kind of represented my strengths, I guess, or what I do best. Because I think before I used to try and like fit myself into other lanes that I like to listen to, which necessarily wasn't what I was great at. But that's kind of how I'd write, was just be like, no, it needs to sound like a Jeff Buckley song, or it needs to sound like an Elliott Smith song, because that's what I love listening to. Whether that's the best decision for me, I don't know, but I think these songs on both of these records are taking inspiration from stuff that I don't even necessarily like listen to that much in my day-to-day life. It's just stuff that I feel like aligns well with what I'm good at, and the music, like, you know, the music that I write, I'm inherently gonna like it at some point. Yeah. Otherwise I won't finish it. Yeah.
And what do you think? You say you're doing what you're good at. What do you think that is?
I don't know. It's such a wide thing. I don't know like what necessarily specific things. Obviously, I hate to talk about the things that I'm so sick at, but I don't know. I think I have like tendencies to go like melodically a little bit more, I guess, R&B and soul and stuff that kind of has a bit of movement to it and like energy. I think that's kind of what I think I've done since I was a kid, that kind of worked and connected early. So I think I try to go kind of back to that. But yeah, like, I don't really know. I still think I'm kind of waiting to see what. I think I was always going to change what my strengths are, I feel like, in a way as well. Like, the more I grow, my taste changes. The perfect thing for that time will always be a different, you know, the goalpost will be moved slightly.
100%. I think I've kind of always said that's the beautiful thing about music too, right? Like, to me, it's almost like a tattoo. Like, it's like a stamp in time.
Exactly.
Like, it's who you were at that moment, how you feel, your experiences you went through.
And there's some tattoos that you always love, and then some tattoos you can regret.
Literally,
and then there's some tattoos that other people try to copy.
So true.
And then there's other tattoos that people will be like, I'm never doing that. That's a great analogy.
Thank you. I like that. You must have, you have a huge discography, and then you were talking before about, you know, there's lots of stuff that you don't actually put on an album or you don't release. Do you just have an innate kind of need to write music constantly?
Yeah, well, definitely. I think most artists, I feel like, do have that innate thing to write music. Some maybe don't, to put it out, which I also didn't. I used to be pretty precious. Like, I put out only 3 EPs in about 5 years, 5 or 6 years, which is like the very start of my career. And then when I put out my debut album, again, I took another couple years and then just put out another a few singles and stuff like that in between 2020 and 2023 and now. But now I think I've realized that I can just put out stuff that I love, and it doesn't really matter about waiting for the perfect moment to strike. It's just just put it out, move on to the next thing. If you love it and you're proud of it and you think it's worth people hearing, you don't need to be so careful about when it comes out and waiting until the perfect moment. I think that's silly. It's just put things out if you love it and then move on.
100%. And I feel like you've got the fan base that supports you and continues to kind of show that to you, right? They're gonna support whatever you put out. Yeah. I mean, you were discovered quite young. Mm-hmm. How does that change the trajectory of your career in music?
I think it's a lot of change, the change in personality, you know, kind of going through, not even personality, it's just taste in general, and you know, how I run the business, I guess, as I've become more and more in control, obviously, and I have more and more certainty and intention with what I do. I think that's the main thing. That's what changes everything, and then people, obviously I've got a whole team around me, and I've had, you know, many people around me since I was 13, 14, and, you know, some people, obviously I've got a lot of the same people for 10 years, of the same crew, but then also there's some people that you have to, you know, move on from and grow on from, and I got to challenge myself and, you know, go in different territory. You know, I moved to LA, I've, you know, done these big kind of life changes that changes, you know, everything from how I used to, you know, move as an artist. And I think now as an adult, at least the changes won't be as visceral, I think, but it's still an ever evolving thing. But yeah, I don't know, it's just the main thing of like getting that change of kind of being the kid in the industry where people be like, oh, you're so good for your age.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, okay, you just have to be good. So that kind of getting over that hump was definitely like a challenge, I think, at the start. And, you know, after COVID, I was like, what do I do? Like, I've got no identity other than like my age. And now I'm having to figure it out, you know, from the start again, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, a chance to reinvent. Not that you even needed it,
Yeah.
but do you feel like you were kind of forced to grow up maybe quicker than some of your peers? Did it ever feel like that?
Yeah, to an extent. I think there's like multiple ways you could look at that of like, I had to pretend to be like an adult in many instances, you know, in meetings and touring and, you know, working felt like it was a proper job, and I was, you know, working hours that, and I couldn't, like, you know, there was high stakes that I had to accept.
Yeah.
And yeah, that obviously makes you grow up and mature, but at the same time, I feel like maybe a lot of my growth was kind of stunted in touring when I was a kid and a teenager, just because as much as you have these high stakes and you have a lot to do, there's also a lack of independence for sure. Like when you have a lot of people betting on you, you have a lot of people helping you as well and holding your hand through things, and you know, no one's teaching you how to do your taxes because they're like, they're just doing it for you, you know. Like, you know, there's stuff like that where simple things that people have to figure out and have to fail.
Yeah.
I think that like my like margin to fail was like a little too small. I don't know how to say that, but it was like, yeah, I wasn't almost given the freedom to fail in independence in normal life things because the stakes were too high.
Yeah.
So I think that's where maybe I lost a bit of the growth. But honestly, like it's weird to say, but kind of COVID, I had like almost 3 years, 2.5 years probably, of being a kid and failing and trying again and just being, you know, in Australia, not touring, not really being an artist, not putting out music. I've really had some time to kind of learn to be an adult.
Yeah.
And I'm like very grateful for that time, as sad as it was.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. It gave you kind of like a renewed focus, and like this is, you know, a bit of like a reflection period, right?
For sure. Yeah.
So what's your dream? Like what's Ruel's big dream?
I don't know. I think just to keep doing this for another 10 years, like that's kind of it. Like I don't really have any other kind of goals or accolades that I want to reach other than just like, no matter wherever, if it gets bigger, if it stays the same, it doesn't really matter as long as I'm doing it and I can do it and I've got the freedom to do it, which, you know, obviously that takes still a bunch of work and, you know, it takes risk and it is a lot of, time and effort, and, you know, you've got to push towards even just keeping this job like an option. But that's how I kind of measure success, is just the longevity that you can do it for.
I think that's I mean, I'm all for dreaming big, don't get me wrong. I'm all for someone being like, I want to get a Grammy or I want to do this.
Exactly.
But I also think there is like such beauty in being like, I'm kind of living my dream and I want to just keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, which is kind of a boring thing to say, but I think a lot of people, because I also love being around people that have that ambition for like, no, like fuck that, I want to win 12 Grammys, I want to play stadiums, I want to be the biggest artist in the world. I feel like when I'm in LA, I'm definitely around a lot of artists like that, which is super inspiring, and it gets my competitive juices going a little bit. But when I really think deep and into who I am, it's like those things I know won't fill any void. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. You mentioned LA. You've kind of split a bit of time, obviously, between LA and then Australia. How do you view the world, and where's home, and where do you like being?
I mean, home will always be Sydney, Australia. Like, that is home. But where I live, I guess, is LA, you know? It's like, I feel like that's just the place that's right for me to be for most of the time when it comes to writing and just being around there. It's just, I feel so productive there. I feel the most inspired there. I get the most done. So I really enjoy that part of it. Yeah. But as soon as I've got like a week off or any time off, I get out of there as quickly as possible. Yeah. Like I really try to lock in when I'm there, and I'll work like a dog and just like write every day. I'll just try and make sure I've got not a second of time to waste.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it makes you feel. It feels like you kind of enter a video game when you go to LA, and it's like GTA, you know? It literally is. It's like you just got to lock in, and you got to drive or get killed. I don't know. Like,
or use some cheat codes and get a jetpack and fly up to the top of the building. Yeah,
that'd be nice. But yeah, I do obviously love Australia and this side of the world in general, just because I completely shut off.
Yeah.
All that sort of competitiveness and drive and kind of stress about the industry just takes a back seat.
Yeah.
When I'm here, or in Sydney, and I need that, and I have that in, you know, that in little doses throughout the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like the little battery charge, I guess.
Yeah, nice. That's so special as well, because some people obviously can't. They have one home and they can't escape it sometimes, you know. So that's really nice. Yeah. And do you have family here? Is that right?
Yeah. I got a lot of family here. I got a lot of cousins and second cousins and cousins' kids and aunties and uncles, and they're all kind of in between, kind of like South Island, like Mapua, Wakefield, Nelson, Christchurch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But they're kind of spread out. But yeah, so and Queenstown as well. I got like some people there, like family there. So I spend quite a bit of time out here. Like every now and then we'll go do a Christmas here, and I love it so much. Yeah.
Oh, and Queenstown's not a bad place to visit
either. Not too bad. Yeah, not too shabby.
Could be worse. Yeah. I want to know what you think is the most Ruel song you've ever written. What it kind of sounds the most like you?
I think there was a song that I wrote for Kicking My Feet that, when I wrote it, was so satisfying, because it was like immediately became the North Star for like the near future. You know, not even for the record. It was just like, this is it. This is like, it came out so easily. Live, when I play it live, it feels like I can close. Even for the first time, like I got the band together and we played it. It's a song called Wild Guess. But yeah, we got together with the band. I played them the song, got the stems, and the first time we hit play on rehearsal, like it just sounded exactly how I wanted it to sound. It was like even better than the studio version. Like the way it sat on the voice, the way it sat on the guitars, like everything just kind of worked. And I was like, well, this is me then. You know, it's like, then there's other songs that I write that feel great after months of work and production, and then you get into the live space and it's like, I feel like I don't even know the song.
Yeah, interesting.
But then there's another song, Destroyer as well, was another one off Kicking My Feet that felt very me. And then there's a couple other songs on the new album, Kicking and Screaming, that feel like that. Like a song called Can I Have It Back, that feels like very, very me. And then like on other records, on the past records, there's been songs as well kind of scattered in there that feel still like in this world, that I kind of forget are the ones that I should be looking back on as like, this is me.
Yeah.
But yeah, those ones are the new ones that come to mind.
Yeah, nice. If you could only listen to one song, not your own song, it could be your own song, one song for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Oh.
It's a hard question.
One song for the rest of my
really
life.
hard.
Yeah, because it's like, there's no good answer.
I know.
Well, there is a good answer. There's bad answers, but there's no good answers.
No, that's so true.
I would say you have to be like a long song, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a song called Memphis Skyline by Rufus Wainwright that will like forever, I think, be one of the best ballads ever written. That is it's such a journey musically. But then again, it's just vocal and keys. I think you need more than that.
Yeah.
I think you need a bit of a production. God.
Not always.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know, it's tough. It's
the
actually
song
really
that I've listened to the most out of any song ever is, which I found out because you could, on Spotify, they came out with like the all-time listen to. It was A Bad Religion by Frank Ocean.
That's a great song.
I listen to that still. When I found that out, I like listened to it 3 times in a row still, and I was like, I'll listen to it probably every day. So that one, I feel like if I'm still not bored of that probably is a good answer. But anyway, again, there's no rule, right?
Great. No, I know it's tricky. It's quite mean of me to ask that, because I don't think I can answer it myself.
Yeah, well, surely. Come on, have a think. I'm curious now.
I did think about this. Do you know a band, they're an Australian band called Gang of Youth?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, their song Magnolia.
Oh, yeah.
one of my favorites. I just think it goes in quite a few different places. There's one.
That's a great answer.
Thank you. I do feel like I might get a bit sick of it though, to be fair, but I don't know.
You get sick of any song.
Yeah. Now I like to kind of say I'm for the fans by a fan. So I have asked your fans some questions that I would like to ask you
Love it.
on behalf. So let me just bring up my list of questions. Okay, so first one is from Manaya. She has said, any New Zealand tour dates in the works?
Like I said, that's the plan. That's the plan. Nothing booked yet. Obviously, nothing announced. But hopefully by the end of the year. But that's me trying to figure out if we can get our ducks in a row till then. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. This one is from Katie. Katie has asked, do you enjoy performing certain songs in some countries more than others?
Yeah.
It's a good question.
For sure. There's like songs I feel like when I play in, especially in Australia, like where it's a lot of my first sort of fans.
Yeah.
Obviously the old ones, like Younger and Days Confused, feel like they go the hardest, and that's like, but then I'll play them in America, and like America kind of will want to hear like the later songs.
Yeah.
In Asia, there's a song called Too Many Feelings that for some reason just goes, I don't play it anywhere else other than like Asia. I don't know why that song just really works over there.
How funny is that?
So yeah, definitely. Like countries react to different songs very differently.
Yeah, and I guess the more they react, the more you want to play it as well and enjoy playing it, right? Love. Okay. This is from Nola. Nola has asked, what happens to the demos like Pinwheel and Breakup Papers? You put them on your RSD vinyls, but did you ever finish them?
I never finished them, no. I think, again, like I was saying, that there's so many songs kind of in the vault that will never see the light of day. And a lot of the time, when I do these like record store day vinyls, I have to find songs that no one else has touched, like where I produced, wrote and finished them all myself, or not finished, like, but they're just demos. Just because it's like last minute, we can't get clearance, you don't want to like have to like deal with like all the publishing stuff. It's literally a logistical thing. So I found like, and I really love, like, I've got like a notes thing in my phone of just like all stuff that I just do myself, and they're such perfect ways, I think, to get them out. It's just like put it on physical versions where just the real fans, or like the true fans who like want to get the physical versions, can hear kind of what I work on by myself. And it's quite different to what I put out when I'm producing and doing stuff myself. It's so bare, obviously, because I don't really fucking know how to produce. But it's a different style, and I still really, it's definitely closer to the stuff that I like listen to in my spare time. So they haven't been finished, but I kind of just put them out there, these demos, because I think that's kind of how they're intended to be heard. Because I think if I finish them like with anyone else, they're just going to kind of be watered down into something else. Yeah,
and it becomes maybe a bigger thing than you want them to
exactly,
be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's actually, on that kind of topic, there's a really, really amazing activation that has been happening in Tamaki in the month of May here in Auckland, and it's called Fresh Laundry, and it's essentially like surprise pop-up jukeboxes, washing machines in laundromats, and they have collated 71 tracks, and they're all artist C-sides. So a lot of them have been like released anonymously because they'd be signed to a label or whatever, but they go into this jukebox.
That's so sick.
And when you pop the headphones on, you don't know what you're listening to, but it's just like
you
that
see if
creative.
You recognize artists.
And just that way for artists to kind of get those demos out and those C-sides out and like release them and get them out of the digital graveyard.
Also,
which
when you're with labels, it's like a lot of time they have say of what you put out, or at least what they promote and what like they're gonna get behind. You want support from your team and your label, and if they're all thinking that this song isn't right, or that they think it's doesn't work in your story or whatever, and they might be right, they might be wrong. It's nice to have that kind of outlet, and the fans can hear it without like needing all the bells and whistles.
100%. Okay. So we've got a question from Liam. Liam has said, in your mind, you've been teasing it for like 4 years. Yeah. Why do you feel now's the time for it, and why this album?
Oh, I don't know. It was just like, it's just sometimes the way with songs that kind of linger around and stick around. That song I wrote in like 2021, 2022 for my first album. Yeah. And it just didn't work sonically on that first record, and I still liked it, but it was just like, it didn't come into the conversation. And then I was thinking about it for Kicking My Feet for the first record, and I was like, no, it still doesn't feel like right lyrically or sonically. And then I went and just finished it anyway with Them Phases, and kind of rewrote it a little bit and just completely revamped the production. And I was like, oh, this is perfect for the second part. And yeah, it's just sometimes I've got songs like that from around the same time that I still am kind of listening to and talk about finishing and kind of work on a little bit, that like 5 years old, and they'll probably see the light of day one day on the next record or something. But it's just like they just have to go through that sort of journey to have the right time for it.
Yeah, perfect. All right, we've got 2 more questions.
All
so
right.
One from Amber. I love this question. How did the whole tour aesthetic and vibe, on-stage props, fits, etc. all come together?
At the start of every tour I try to like have some sort of motif like on stage, something that's like recognizable for each show, whether it's an outfit or just like a prop or just something to do and to play with, I guess. But yeah, for this one it was like a red door that when we first started kind of talking about part 2 and the visuals of part 2, we built this red door in LA, and we did like this whole shoot for it, like shoot for part 2, and it was kind of me like kind of opening from part 1 to part 2, that kind of sonic. It was the metaphor of kind of moving on like in what I was talking about lyrically. And then we recreated the door in the Sydney show for the album release of Kicking My Feet, as like a little teaser to what was like there's something else, there's a transition. And then we used that same door in LA for the America tour. And yeah, we just had this door and like everyone comes in and out the door. It's just like something fun. It's like a little prop on stage. And then in South America, we built a door in Chile, and then we were supposed to take that to Brazil and Argentina, but it got stuck in Chile at customs, and then it couldn't make any of the rest of the shows. So there's just a door sitting there in Chile. Like, it's huge as well. It's like a 9-foot like red door.
Oh my god! It's just waiting for you the next time we come over.
I don't know. The next time I'm in Chile, I guess we'll have this door. In my name. It's just a liability, really.
Okay. The last one. Don't just ask. Demand he goes to Christchurch, please. That's from Abby.
Shit. Okay. All right. Oh, shit. I mean, I was in Christchurch like not too long ago for family stuff, so it would make sense to play a show out there. But yeah, I don't know. I've got to say, as long as there's more than like 3 of you, I'll do a show.
You heard that. Come on, guys. Okay, and a question from me. Who is Debbie?
Who is Debbie? I think we can all see Debbie in all of us. If we look in the mirror, I think there's a bit of Debbie there. Debbie first, like the name, I think when we were writing it, just came from like talking about the phrase Debbie Downer. I think I literally just said, don't be a Debbie Downer. Like let's have one more, I think.
Love it.
And then we started writing the song, and we're just being like, I think it was just a melody of just da 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 da, and then it just sounded like Debbie that we're talking about. And it's like, what would Debbie be doing? Probably crying because she's such a downer. And then that's how the song started.
I love it. Yeah. We can definitely see Debbie at all.
Yes,
that is
of course.
For sure. To kind of conclude, what's your favourite part about this stage of your life right now?
Yeah, I think it's kind of all the newfound sort of like certainty and intention is like been really like freeing, and kind of lowered a lot of my stress around everything, because I feel like I can trust my gut more. I still don't feel like I'm 100% there of like, in any of it really, intention, certainty, trusting my gut. I still don't think I'm at like my full potential, but I think it's just like I like that I keep getting more and more of it the older I get, the more I put out music, the more experience I have in this industry.
Yeah.
So I like that about where I'm at right now, yeah.
Beautiful. Well, Ruel, thank you. I am excited for your new album, and
Cheers.
I'm so excited for the world to hear it and react to it.
Me too.
So, yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
See you later.
Oh.
Bye-bye.